Hello, Cleaning Nation. Welcome back. It is time to have some fun, to soak up some wisdom, and to find everything you need to grow your cleaning company. Wanted to thank you for spreading the word, sharing the love. The entire show has grown because of your love for the show and spreading the word and being what an amazing community that you are. Today, we are chatting with Joseph Barnhart from Family First Cleaning and Janitorial. Family First serves the Delaware, Philly, and Maryland area with commercial and residential services. If you want to reach out to Joseph and his team, you can get a hold of them at www.famfirstcleaningservices.com. Joseph, welcome to Cleaning Nation.
Thank you, Mike.
Glad to have you, man. Tell us a little bit about how you got into the business.
We was having an annual Christmas dinner at my mother-in-law's house, and the family said let's create a family business so we all can pitch in and benefit from it and pass it on to either our children or our grandchildren or somebody in the family. And here we are today.
Man, that's an exciting story. I don't think I've heard that that kind of an entrance into the cleaning business. I asked that question 100 times or so, and I've gotten probably 100 different answers. So how long ago did that happen? And give us a little bit of where you're at now.
So it happened 2.5 years ago. And where we are now, we actually house several commercial contracts of mid-grade services as far as value, dollar amount value. And we have a plethora amount of residential customers. As we offer more than just cleaning services, we offer carpet cleaning, stripping and waxing and floor care, and we also do power washing.
Okay. And is it mostly family members? Is it mostly family members that do the work, or do you have employees, or what stage of business are you in?
So we do have employees. The family members are more so the administration part, as COO, HR director, quality assurance. We have right now about 15 employees that work for us that are not family members.
Nice. So the family members are able from near the beginning to just do work on the business instead of in it, and then you've got cleaners doing the cleaning work, and everyone that's not cleaning is family.
Sure.
Awesome. That's so cool. How many? So you got 15 employees. How many family members are a part?
We have 4.
That is so cool. I've, like I said, I talk to people all day, every day across the world on cleaning companies. I don't think I've ever heard a business model like that, and quite frankly, I love it. How is it work? How is it working with family?
It's good because you already know them. We all come from professional background. My sister-in-law does claims for insurance. My wife is a therapist. I came from the banking industry, and my mother-in-law has been in the banking industry as well. So bringing all 4 of our careers together makes everything very, very effective.
All right, that's awesome, man. Well, how can I bring some value to your world today?
So one of the things we're having a problem with now is making sure we send the right numbers in when we bid on these commercial contracts. For example, we went to university today to put in a bid for commercial cleaning for the summer. I want to ensure that we're not overbidding or underbidding. As we bid in the past before, and the result was rejected because they said our numbers were in the national average.
Okay. So, first of all, that's the magic question, right? We talk about that a bit on the show. Next to getting clients and getting customers, that's probably the next biggest pain or issue that people want to hear about is how to bid correctly. So if you're talking commercial, there's a lot of ways that you can manage that process to make sure that you come in right, you get the bids that you're supposed to get, and equally importantly, that some people don't catch is that you lose out on the bids that you're supposed to lose out. I forgot. I heard this from an employee of mine named Mike, who heard it from somebody else, so I can't give credit. But they said it's better to lose a winner than win a loser. So, and I had that in contract, and we were doing hundreds of thousands of dollars per bid. So it was a big deal. If we won a loser, that could really sting. So first and foremost, that's probably from the commercial side. That's my foundation. It's better always be willing to lose a winner if that'll keep you from winning a loser. So that's if you're looking for a quote, that's a good one in terms of bidding. That said, the biggest mistake people make is they don't talk about budget at the right time. They either want to talk about it too soon in the process, which isn't appropriate because you haven't asked questions. You don't know what their pain is. You don't really know what it is they want, right? If you're at a car dealership and get out of the shit, you don't know if they want a Cadillac or a Mercedes or a Hyundai or a Ferrari. If you're talking about budget, it's not, you need to understand them more for them to open up. But before you give them a price, you should absolutely have the budget conversation. That's probably the biggest mistake cleaners make, is they give the bid without having any clear understanding or clear agreement as to what's going to happen after they give the bid. One, they don't know if they're too high or too low or anything. Two, the customer starts running, right? Before you give them the bid, every time you call or need something, they're chip chop ready to go and they're responsive. As soon as you give them the bid, all of a sudden it's a game of hide and seek, right? Where you're trying to chase them and they're trying to hide, which is ridiculous. So the way that you do that is we start with pain. That's a big misconception. So many commercial and residential cleaners want to talk about themselves. Here's what we do. Here's why we're the best. We have this. We have that. We. The customer couldn't be less interested. What they're interested in is them. So you really want to understand what their pain is. I promise you, from a commercial standpoint, it's not fun to go through the bidding process. It's a lot of work. It's a pain in the neck. It's the last thing that they want to do. That said, if they're going through that process, they have pain, right? It's not like they're like, I have nothing to do at work. I'm going to call 7 janitors and yank them around and have a conversation. And it's a pain in the neck. So if they invite you out, there's a reason for it. There is a pain that they have that they're trying to solve. Very few, if any, of your competitors are going to discover that pain. If you discover what that pain is, you are uniquely positioned to be able to solve that pain. And in solving that pain, you're going to get the bid. Not in being the cheapest. So many people think if I'm just the cheapest, I'm going to solve the pain. Well, their pain isn't the cheapest because they could get a hobo in there for a nickel. But when he robs and steals and, defecates all over the place, that ain't going to be the right thing. So they're not looking for the cheapest. They're looking for who can solve their pain the best. Now, is price a part of that pain? Yeah. If they're paying $1,000 a month and you come in at $12,000, well, that's not going to work. I'm not saying pain isn't a part of, or budget isn't a piece of their pain. Just don't get caught up or lost in that is their pain. So many people think that they want the lowest price. If everybody wanted the lowest price, Mercedes wouldn't exist. There'd only be Hyundais out there, right? That'd be the end of it. But there's a whole spectrum, and the goal isn't trying to jam everybody into a Mercedes, and the goal isn't trying to price everybody at a Hyundai. The goal is understanding what their needs and wants are, and if it's a Toyota guy, then by golly, offer him a Toyota. So the way you do that is you have the pain conversation first. What is it you want? Well, we want this cleaned and this many times a week and dust here and wax that and clean those carpets. Great. Tell me about that. Why is that important? How does that affect you? What happens if the carpets don't get cleaned? Why did you call us out? What went wrong? How long have you been dealing with this? What have you tried to solve it? Ask questions like that and listen, get their pain. Once you've got pain, now and only now is it time for budget. So early on, when you go out, you're going to find out what their pain is. And their pain is not, I just need someone to come out here and sweep up 5 days a week. Because if that was it, the guy that they've got probably sweeping up 5 days a week. He's doing something or not doing something that is causing them pain. Once you understand what that is, now you can talk about budget. And if once they've given you pain, oh my gosh, the say it's a medical facility, the doctors yell at me and patients complain, and we had some body in here that did an inspection and they said we failed and it was a mess. I'm just making that up for pain. Once you have pain like that and you say, great, what kind of budget have you set aside to take care of this problem? It's going to be very hard for them to go, I don't know, because they just told you what a big pain it is and how long they've been dealing with it and how frustrating it is. They're going to be embarrassed and not want to say, I have no idea. They're going to want to give you a budget. And at the beginning, if you don't have the pain conversation and you go, what's your budget? They're going to lie to you, right? Well, we're paying $2,000. I want to get a discount. I'll tell them $1,500. But after you've gotten in touch with their pain and they know that you understand what the problem really is, and guess what? Just by asking questions and listening and them being confident that you understand them and you understand what their problem is and what their business looks like and how what your services do can serve their businesses. Once they get that, they are going to assume that you can solve their pain. You don't even have to tell them, oh my gosh, yeah, we're the best. We could do this, that, and the other. You just have to understand their pain better than everybody else, and they're going to assume you can solve that pain. Once they believe that you can solve their problem, you can make their pain feel better or go away, then they're going to be honest with you about their budget because they want you to solve their pain. So do you see the difference at the beginning? Well, how much, what are you willing to pay for this? They're either going to not tell you or lie and give you a smaller number than is the truth. Once you've talked with them and they are confident, what is upsetting them and why it's a big deal and how it affects their life personally and how it affects other parts of their business. And you really have a clear picture of what this relationship means in their world. and they know that you have that clear picture, they're going to see more of a consultant as opposed to a salesperson, and they're going to give you their real budget. When I'm coaching people, and if you and I were doing one-on-one coaching, the first thing I'd ask you to do is send me over your profit and loss statement, right? Because you know that I'm coaching you and I'm trying to help you, you're going to send me your real profit and loss statement, right? Now, if I'm a salesperson, you might be like, oh, I don't want to send that sales guy, show him how much money I'm making. He's going to try and get my pockets or something crazy like that. So all that to say, you've got to understand the budget before you even consider giving a bid. Does that make any questions or thoughts on what I said so far before we go forward?
Well, so it goes back to the sales pitch era when I was taught in retail that you have to do fact finding. So when you said that, it struck me like, well, I don't do fact finding now. When it's my business, when I was running somebody else's business, I did fact finding.
Okay,
so, that's a very good point there.
Okay, yeah. So and fact finding is a great way to say get pain. So here's the trick. Once you've got their budget and once you've got the facts or their pain, now you've got enough money, you've got enough information to give them a qualified bid. And oftentimes you're going to give them two bids, right? So say like most of them are going to, they've got a champagne taste on a beer budget, right? They want 5 times cleaning and it's going to take a team of 3, 2 hours a night, and their budget's $900, right? Like that ain't going to work. For everyone out there trying to do the math, wait and do it later. But trust me, that ain't going to work. So that enables you to do a couple things. First of all, when you give a bid, you can give 2 options. If they go, we got to bid $900, well, then guess what? You give them a $900 bid, and you say, we can't come out 5 times a week. We can only come out 2 times a week, and we can't do this, that, and the other. We can only do this and that. So you give them a bid that fits their budget. The second piece is going to be, now I understand this $900 a month bid isn't going to fit your pain. I want to tell you, you told me you need to solve this pain. This ain't going to do it. I just want to be square with you. So this $900 is not going to solve your pain. This $1,500 or whatever an appropriate price to get done what they need done will solve your pain. You focus on that. But I didn't want to not give you a $900 option because you told me your budget was $900. So now you've got that tool in your bag where the rest of the people are probably just giving one flat bid. And also you're reinforcing the fact that you understand their true pain and you're trying to help them. You're now a partner with them, right? So if you come into a car dealership and you've got 7 kids, I might say, well, shoot, you want this really nice luxury van, but if you can't afford that, here's a cheaper version that won't do everything that you want, but it'll still handle most of what you want. That's the second thing, is the 2 bids. Any questions on that?
No, sir.
Okay, last piece is the bid package. So many people just cheap out on, they're not cheap out, but they get lazy. And I don't even say lazy. They don't infuse any creativity. It's usually a 2 or 3 page thing, and it's a bunch of, why we're the best, and a bunch of details that the guy doesn't care about. Here's how we do the keys, and here's this, and here's that, and here's a bunch of legal mumbo jumbo that isn't really appropriate. And you get a $20,000 a month facilities management contract. Sure, you're going to have some legal stuff in there, but for your typical $800 a month commercial cleaning service, you don't need a lot of 6 pages of lawyer ease, because you're never going to sue them over the $800 they did or didn't pay you, and they're never going to sue you because you forgot a paper clip when you were vacuuming. So all that to say, you want a bid package that really encapsulates everything they're talking about. What you want to do is absolutely blow them away. Now, if you're only going to give 1 bid a year, then sure, you're not going to take all the time to be creative and all this stuff. But if you're going to give bids all the time for the rest of your company, this is a system that you're going to want to create, where you might create a video for them that's custom made, where you're like, hey, Mr. Barnhart, this is Mike Campion. We came in and talked, and I remember your facility, and you talked about Mr. Johnson. I just wanted to shoot you. How excited. A little video could be fun. You could put in a podcast like this where, you're being featured on a national show, or actually a global show. You could put in a guarantee on a big fancy paper, like a big certificate with, a gold stamp on it. You could put in, obviously you could include stuff like your insurance. You want to make you could buy a box from Harbor Freight. It's got really nice fancy boxes for $40. It looks spectacular. Put candy in there, put cookies in there, go crazy, put video testimonials of other customers going, hey, Mr. Barnhart, this is Mike Campion, and I own, I'm the facilities manager here at Lafayette University, and I know that your university, and Joseph asked me if I would just spend 20 seconds telling you what a great job these guys do. Best decision I ever made. I can't tell you more. If you don't hire Joseph, you're really missing out. You see how that kind of stuff, I promise you, none of your competitors are going to do ever. And if you do it, and I've done crazy stuff, like I put videos in there and then put popcorn and had instructions. Watch this video, eat this popcorn. And then I had a little video where I was telling them about whatever I want to tell them about. So take some time. I'm giving all my secrets away. Take some time and be creative. And the cool thing is, he's going to think you made it just for him, but everyone gets the same thing. And I promise you, there's I can't think of the software out there, but there's a really pretty decent. Clean Guru's got a bidding software that's pretty decent for the number side.
I use it.
Yeah, it's a great product for the number side. For the number side, so many people use they've got and I'm not knocking Clean Guru. It's a fine organization. I got no problems with them. But the problem is they do such a good job. A lot of people use them. So now you look like a jerk if you use the template from Clean Guru with all their words and everything. And 6 guys turn in, 3 of you have the same stupid bid package, y'all look ridiculous, right? And you just have your number penciled in. But if you've got video and you've got a fancy box that it comes in, and there's balloons and there's cookies and popcorn and all sorts of crate and a gift certificate saying, hey, thanks for letting us bid, maybe some cleaning supplies, maybe he had mentioned a book or something that you spend a $20 book in there. You can spend, again, if it's a $2,000-$3,000 a month, even a $1,500 a month package, say it's a $1,500 a month bid and you keep them for 3 years. That's like $50,000, right? Is it okay for you to spend $100 to put together a package that's going to blow that guy away? Heck yeah, it is. And let me tell you, even if you don't get the bid, that's why I do the box, by the way. And I'll see if I can put a link to the box that I've used before at Harbor Freight. It's like $30 or $40, maybe $50. Okay. But the cool thing is it's such a nice box, they never throw it away. And what do? They keep it in their office. And what happens? Someone else comes in and goes, what is that thing? And they'll go, you would not believe the bid that this guy gave me. And then they start telling stories. And that guy goes, well, can I get his number? And maybe even if you don't get the bid, you'll still get cachet from people going, what? Who did that? He made popcorn and there's a movie of some other guy telling you how. That's crazy, right? Like, so you're creating stories for them to tell. All right. That's what I got to say on bidding. Any questions or comments before we hit the lightning round and give you a chance to talk?
No, sir. That was great.
All right, cool. Then I'm going to take a break and let you do a little work. I'm going to ask you 3 quick questions. You're going to give me 3 fantastic quick answers. Question number 1, what's the best piece of advice you've ever received, either personally or professionally?
Patience. Have patience. Because of the fact everybody doesn't understand your dream and passion, they don't see your vision, you have to have patience for them to buy in.
Oh, that's such a good point. Such a good point. And actually ties into what we're talking about today. Just what you said is the bane of just about every business owner's existence. Nobody understands my passion or my what's going on. I promise you, if you go in and ask for pain or you do fact finding and you really ask good questions and listen, people that are like, listen, Joseph, I got 10 minutes for you. That's it. You got to be out of here. 47 minutes later, they're still talking about their family, their passion, and their dream. So that works on a lot of levels. Great feedback, Joseph. Question 2, what's the biggest mistake you and your family have made in the cleaning business that we can all learn from?
Taking on a contract that you think you can do that you financially cannot handle.
Better to lose a winner than win a loser, buddy.
Right.
All right. Last question. What's one idea, something easy to implement that Cleaning Nation, as soon as this podcast ends, can put into practice and get value in their life or their business right away?
Make a personal connection with your clients and let them know that you do care. Be genuine.
Gosh, that's just good for life, right? Business life, make a personal connection. That's really life. When you drop dead, it's going to be about the books that you read and the people that you met. Don't chintz out, man.
That's right.
I love it, Joseph. Well said. All right, Joseph, thank you so much for joining us. I love your passion, your desire to grow. I appreciate you. I know that Cleaning Nation appreciates you. Cleaning Nation, if you want to check out Joseph's show notes page, the links of some of the stuff that we mentioned, all that is at growmycleaningcompany.com. You can leave your questions, your comments, your rude remarks. I will see you there.
Congratulations! You are now 16% smarter. Still can't get enough cleaning goodness? Go to www.growmycleaningcompany.com for more of the good stuff. Ever want to be rich and famous? Owners of cleaning companies, as well as industry experts, can apply to be featured on the show by emailing our producer Natalie at support@growmycleaningcompany.com. Until then, don't miss out on all the latest cleaning industry lovin' at www.growmycleaningcompany.com. Check it out now.